to across the world, and we are going to visit a huge, enormous country today. If I remember to mention koalas, kangaroos. Anyone guessed yet what country we're going to? Hopefully you have. We are going to Australia. On your maps, if you've got one, you will find Australia down here. It's this very large country here. That's where we're off to. I wonder if anyone's been lucky enough to go to Australia on holiday. Maybe in a moment you can have a chat about that. And perhaps you might also like to pause and see what you know already about Australia. Think about what animals, other than the ones I've already mentioned, that you might see in Australia. Australia is a hot country. They've suffered a lot over the last few years with bushfires. They have huge areas where there are no buildings and it's just very dry, shrubby kind of landscape. And once those places catch fire, it spreads and it spreads. And there's been a lot of trouble, a lot of hardship because of fires in Australia. Now, there is a group of people, a tribe of people in Australia who are the natives, if you like, of Australia. And they're called the Aborigines. And they look a little bit like this. You can see they use paint on their faces. They're very dark. They live outside. And these people, these Aborigines, have a real art form that you might have come across or you will come across, where they use lots of pattern in their art. And so the cross from Australia that we're looking at is the Aborigine cross. And it might look like this. Lots and lots of dots used on this cross to form a pattern. All different dots, and it's making lines and shapes using the dots. They're all a little bit different. Hopefully you might be able to see on here there's a cross at the back here, and again you can see the dots on that. Now, the Aborigines live as a community. They are very involved with each other. They share, they support each other. And there's a passage in the Bible where two of Jesus's friends come up to him and they say to him, Jesus, when you get to heaven, can I sit on one side of you? And can my brother John, can he sit on the other side of you? Basically, they were saying that they thought they were probably more important than everyone else and they wanted to look the best. And Jesus said something a little bit surprising to them. He said to them, if you want to be really great, what you need to do is to be like a servant. Perhaps you can pause for a moment and just think, what do you think Jesus meant by that? What did he mean? To be really great, you should be like a servant. Well, of course, a servant looks after other people. They're thinking about other people before themselves. And I think that's what Jesus meant. He meant that it's really important to look after each other, to not be selfish, to not want everything for ourselves, to not always want to look the best. Put other people first. And that's something that the Aborigines do. And the message of this cross is a message of unity. Unity. United. Teamwork. Like Manchester United, they're a team. Community. That uses the word unity. Unity is all about working together, supporting each other, helping each other. Now, we're going to have a go at making our own Aborigine cross today. And generally, the Aborigine art, the different patterns that they use represent different things. So the dots on an Aborigine cross, well, they represent individual people. So when you're putting your dots on, you can think of people who are special to you. The curved lines on the cross show our feelings, times when we're happy, times when we've been sad, times when we've been worried about things, times when we've been really excited because you've just been told you're going to Disneyland or it's your birthday. We all have different feelings, and the curved lines can show those feelings. Then there's circles on a cross. Here you can see the dots have been made into a circle, and the circles represent special places. Maybe it's your bedroom, maybe it's somewhere you've gone on holiday, your nan's house, a little place in your garden that you like to go and sit. Special places. So this cross is really going to be individual to you. Now our cross, or your cross, when you've made it, is going to look a little bit like this. So you're going to have the use of a little bit of paint. Aborigines tend to use mostly the colours red, white, black, browns and oranges are sometimes included. And so, hopefully if you're at school, you've got a few paints and things out. If you're at home, maybe you've got some you can use. You can always do this with pens instead if you haven't got the paint. But the way we're going to do it is by printing using our paint. So I'm going to start here with my plain cross. And then I've actually found some little pots, some bottles, and I'm going to do my circles. So I'm going to dip it in the paint. You don't need very much. And I'm going to put it down onto the cross. Straight away, I'm making circles. I'm going to use a lid that's a bit smaller, and then I can make another circle inside those circles. Special places. I'm thinking as I do this about places that are special to me. The dots represent individual people, remember. I'm going to think about my family, and I'm using a cotton bud because that's really good for getting dots. Dipping it in my paint. My first dots I'm putting inside the circles. What I've actually done now is I've made these circles within circles. We call that concentric circles. It's a little bit of maths for you thrown in. Concentric circles. Where might you see concentric circles? Maybe stop and have a think. Perhaps you have thought that you might see concentric circles on a target for like a bow and arrow or a dartboard. Maybe if you look at somebody near you, you will see their eyes. Concentric circles. Maybe you'll look out the window at home and you see a car in the driveway. Look at the tyres. Concentric circles. Maybe you can think of some other places. It's beginning to get formed. Our curved lines, those feelings. I've taken some kitchen towel rolls here, the insides of them. Just cut it up. It's nice and bendy. Remember, you don't need much paint. I'm making my curved lines. My feelings, times when I've been happy, times when I've been sad, times when I've been worried. And I'm going to add some straight lines too. I've just cut up a bit of cardboard packaging. Again, if you're at home, use what you've got. If you're at school, hopefully your teachers will be giving you some things that I've dropped off to use. They could just make another pattern as well. So you are forming your own cross. This cross has a message of unity. When you've finished your cross, maybe on your map you'd like to colour in Australia. Colour unity in the same colour, and you'll remember that that is the message of this cross. So the cross from Australia, the Aborigines, a reminder to us to work together in unity, to live together in unity, to support each other. But also a very personal cross for you. I hope, really hope, that you are having a lot of fun. And I'll be really interested and hope that you can send me some pictures, please, of your crosses, your Aborigine cross from Australia that you have made. See you again for the next session of Across the World.